With Mombasa accounting for 90% of Uganda's imports, the landlocked country's economy would suffer in case of a repeat of the post-2008 election wars. A section of Ugandan MPs have expressed this anxiety when calling for talks between the two sides. The Azimio camp has turned to the streets to protest the high cost of living and the allegations of election fraud last year. Hundreds of Kenyans are protesting, and some leading opposition politicians have been detained. This situation has many business people afraid. According to Honorable Macho Geoffrey, a Busia Municipality Member of Parliament, there are reported restrictions on the movement of persons and products at the busiest borders between Kenya and Uganda, which is already having an impact on the business of many.
This is affecting us as people on the border, because by the time I left yesterday, all the lodges and the hotels were full of Kenyans who have come for safety in Uganda. It has increased the cost of living on the border, and the too much deployment on the border has threatened the principle of the East African cooperation of free movement of people and goods. So we see there is a problem that needs intervention from the leaders of the East African region.
Honorable Macho adds, before the situation escalates into destroying merchandise from either country, the East African community should do its work of restoring peace in the Republic of Kenya.
Fear and scary for the trailers and the merchandise to move across the border. There is real serious fear, and we need that sitting down to negotiate to remove that fear so that there is free movement of goods across the borders for our people to work.
The legislators have also cautioned government to plan for such eventualities in future, since Uganda is a landlocked country that directly depends on the waters of its neighbors for trade. And every time the neighbors have had chaos, Uganda's economy would be affected drastically.
Receive over 2,000 trucks that cross into the country every day with cargo, and over 1,000 trucks go back. The numbers have been continuing to increase, grow, but with the COVID coming in, it's a bit reduced in the flow, but that is coming up. So it would be very unfortunate if the relationship that we have with our Kenyan neighbors degenerates into what will affect the growing business interests and support across on either side.
We don't know what will happen for the other days, but as we speak, we have not heard of reports of specific attacks targeting cargo as of now. So no one should disguise and hide under the uprising in Kenya to hike prices. But as well, we have been urging this government to also the regime here to prepare for such scenarios as a landlocked country. So it will be a mistake of this regime, not a mistake of people. However, the conduct of Uganda would predetermine the conduct of Kenyans. If Uganda is seen as an aggressor, of course Kenyans will turn against Ugandans, including cargo.
Legislators have also recommended the business community and government to look at the alternative trade routes in Tanzania in the interim, because Tanzania currently has the best highways for goods transportations. They have also expressed their dissatisfaction with Uganda's standard gauge railways management sluggish pace.
The good thing nowadays, you have an alternative, which is Tanzania, with a very good road network constructed by the current regime in Tanzania. So somehow we may not be as affected as we used to be, but with the trade, bilateral trade, definitely it's going to be affected. The goods coming in from Kenya may not move well. The movement of goods and services may not be very fluent.
Uganda, being a landlocked country, is directly affected with the events unfolding in the Republic of Kenya. This has brought fear with the business community in Uganda as well. Legislators have called upon governments of East Africa to find a solution as soon as possible before the situation gets out of hand. Smart24 TV, Business Today.